Okay, thank you for having me. I think this is the height of it, and this is the beginning of the end of Tinubu's dynasty. The beginning of the end of the existence of Tinubu's dynasty has just been signed. Yes, because as far as I'm concerned, the Yorubas are freeborn. And this is why when you look at the history in Africa, you understand how the Yorubas, most especially under the Oyo Empire, how they went all out to conquer, and afterwards we started having fractions. There was a story that amongst the Yorubas they had more conflict than any other tribe because the Yorubas would not watch you subjugate or lord over them without you having a superior intelligence, right? We are now in the know that Tinubu is all about deception. We are now in the know that Tinubu has nothing to offer but pure state capture. And in this instance, he wants to capture both the Igbos, both the Hausas, and of course, the Yorubas. Now, this is how he intends to capture it. In the north, what the Fulanis used to capture the Hausas was Alimanjirization. They gave them Islam, and from them, they brainwashed them. You don't have to adopt Western education at your elementary. What you need to adopt is Quranic scholarship. And then when you become a Quranic scholar, you become irrelevant. At the end of the day, the only thing you tend to do is start begging for alms, and which has been labeled to be what? Alimanjiri. Now, his daughter go and head that sector. Boom. Now, coming to the West, right? In the West, what controls the West is Lagos State. The Lagos State is seen as the centrifugal force, right? Coordinating the direction the Westerners want to go. If today Lagos State says that they want to do this, you will see that all Western people will rally behind Lagos. You will see that the Yorubas are what? Protecting, defending Lagos without even any form of pay or whatever. Right? You will see an Ekiti man in Ekiti State saying that Lagos State is my state. Now, his son, Sheyi Tinubu, has been penned down. So when you are done, as at then, Sheyi Tinubu would have been above 40. I think they just have how many years to go? Like 2 years. So, and I think Sheyi Tinubu is around 38. So by then he will be 40, which is the ripe age for him to attain that. And Tinubu, then the intention is Sheyi Tinubu will now do 8 years. And by then, maybe Tinubu would have been gone. Or by then he would have been incapacitated or whatever the case is. But I know he would have been very aged. Then this son will now take over the rulership and keep controlling the politics in the West, while the daughter, of course, will what? Be in charge of the North, because those kids are the population that the northern elite use to gather votes, right? So those are the tactics, those are the strategy. My daughter, go there, because these Alimanjiri children are those that come out during election, they vote. What we have to do is just give them meager foods, give them a plate of rice, a plate of tuwo chinkafa, and kuka, make them chop, drink. That's all, right? That's all. And Nigeria as a people, let us leave the Yoruba aside. Nigeria as a people, and even the northern governors, I can see now that the northern governors are now coming to the realization that they have been captive.
Holding cold captive.
What Tinubu did was he gave them a platter of chicken. Now Tinubu is collecting back is collecting from them cows.
Their cows.
You know what it means? When you are eating with the devil, you better be smart and be careful, and then have a long arm. But the northerners were not wise enough. They used a short hand. And when they inserted that short hand into the plate, what Tinubu did was using the chains he has around his cap, and then he started locking them up. Boom. Because all of them are quiet. They cannot talk. Look at what he did to El-Rufai.
El-Rufai is down.
El-Rufai has not. Do you know how El-Rufai? Do you know El-Rufai was the guy that was the arrowhead for Tinubu during that campaign and in the north. El-Rufai fought Buhari. He fought every goddamn person that was a dissenting voice. But at the end of the day, you know what they did to El-Rufai?
Captured him.
because he knew that if El-Rufai was in in his administration, probably El-Rufai would be performing, and of course, while he's performing, he will be gathering more relevance, and he doesn't want El-Rufai to be. Then they relegated him.
To nothing. To no
Now
point.
El-Rufai is nothing but a charlatan in the northern politics. No, what he does now is to be dropping motivational quotes. El-Rufai is now dropping motivational quote every Friday. You know, that's what he is now. Now Tinubu has swallowed him. That is the machinations of what we call a state captor, a tyrant, an emperor. The Nigerian people must understand that we have to rise. If you don't rise, this man will indeed capture. Look at what negotiations they are giving to Nnamdi Kanu. Now let me talk about the East. We know that the power of negotiation that he has is Nnamdi Kanu while he's still in captivity. You think if in 2027 comes, if he asks that, if he gets a certain numbers of elections of votes from the East that they will reach, you think the Igbos will not vote? They want Nnamdi Kanu house, and if you say that he needs nothing less than
because they love him.
Because they love him. That is the fact. This is how devilish and how cunning.
Will you say that is devilish? This is a deadly, dangerous political move,
yes,
to establish, his authority over Nigeria. Will you say that it's a conquest? Is it a conquest or he's building an empire, or he's being emperoric?
It's pure human conquest above the Nigerian people. The colonial masters didn't have to go this far. After all, there was something they gave us in return. We were seeing railways. We were seeing schools built, right? We're having churches. We're having scholarship, right? Awards. When the colonial masters were here, they gave us something in return. But this man, in the last almost 2 years of his existence as a Nigerian president, the Naira has literally what? Died. The economy flat, businesses going down. Look at the North, they are now in total darkness for over 15 days. Right? They can't even charge their phones, unfortunately for them.
Do you think that the president actually cares, or is not aware of what is happening?
What he cares about is his own personal interest. Are you aware that in that last 1 year, going to 2 years now, corn oil, right, which of course Tinubu owns,
Acquired. He has acquired.
While Tinubu is running it, in that period of just Tinubu being in administration, the value of that company has gone from 75 billion to over 1 trillion. What happened?
Where the money came from?
There are allegations that Tinubu owns a refinery in Malta. That Malta never sold any refined fuel to Nigeria between the period of 2016 to 2022, 2023. But immediately Tinubu was inaugurated, within a period of 6 months, that refinery sold PMS to the sum of $23 billion. What does that tell you? State capture playing out right before us. If we fail to rise, if we just want to remain divided, right? Because these are the instruments.
Tools.
These are the instruments. Yes. Divide and conquer. When God wanted to divide the world, when the people were interrogating the magnanimity of the God Almighty, you know what he did? They started building Babylon in today's Iran. Right? They got into the sky. They said they needed to do more, and
to meet God.
And then God said, "Okay, I know why.
Them in languages.
I know why you guys are working. I know why."
True confusion.
The true confusion, and everybody. Some people started saying, "Oh, it's a guinea. Everybody got confused. Then there was what? Crisis, pandemonium. At the end of the day, that tower fell down. Right? And this is a strategy Tinubu has mastered. Like, what is that thing that divides? Oh, yeah. Let them be battling this one. The Yorubas, let them be battling this. While he is what? Stealthily perpetrating his own agenda. We are unsuspecting. We don't know what is going on. He has left us behind. By the time We open our eyes.
He's there as his next president, second term,
I
2027.
hope that does not happen.
No,
Mr. Chinedu, I hope that does not happen.
but from what your analysis, it looks like his moves is a sign of collapse of the entity called Nigeria. Because if you say Babylon,
Let me tell
Babylon
you.
later collapse.
Yes, I think that must happen. Why? What the people must now do in this instance is because, well, first and foremost, Tinubu is not God. Now the people must unite to build a structure that will grow taller than the ambitions of Tinubu. Right? In this instance, we are not going to arrogate the word God. We are going to arrogate the word devil. And you know what happened? When the devil was galvanizing the angels, right, to rise above the Lord, what did God do? He simply what? Kicked him down. Right? He kicked him down into the pit of hell. The Nigerian people must understand that, yes, we might have our differences, right? And those differences is divine. What do I mean? It was godly, God that created it.
Yes.
We are the people are the ones that must be intentional because oneness is man-made. When you see people share commonalities, it is man-made. Nobody was born the same. Even in your family, your children are not the same. But it is the vision of the parents, or should I say the father, how he is able to sell it to the kids. Then they grow up defending the name of that father. Right? This is why you see America today so great. You see that in Burkina Faso today, people are now ready to say that homeland or death. That is the mantra today in Burkina Faso. They will tell you homeland or they are ready. And this is why if you go into the Biafran soul of the soul of Biafra, which is what? Okay. Emancipation, freedom. They will tell you Biafra or what? Or death. That is the argument. This is why Nnamdi Kanu as of today is still incarcerated because he has said, I am not going to be a Sunday Igboho.
At all.
I will be the last man, the last Igbo that will suffer this humiliation. I will be the what? The crossroad between what? Slavery and emancipation. Now me go divide that and I'm ready to sacrifice what it takes.
Okay, finally, Mr. Niyo, beautiful, a contribution there. It's like the North is understand this, and they don't want Nigeria to collapse, and they come out publicly to say it that they are shopping for Tinubu's replacement 2027.
Well, I don't trust the North because they are hypocrites. Let me tell you what Tinubu would do and why I don't trust them is simple because Tinubu understands their capacity. These are people who are not intelligent. The Fulanis, as far as I'm concerned, have shown the tool that will always be used to control them. And that is religion. Tinubu will use the clerics. You understand? Tinubu will use the clerics to brainwash them. Tinubu will use the clerics. All right? To what? To penetrate that unity they are trying to formulate. Then you now start seeing the likes of Sultan of Sokoto start preaching the words of patience. Let us give Tinubu more try. Right? That is what they did. We saw how the Ohanese came and started saying some words when the Easterners were all saying enough is enough. We saw how the Obas, the dishonorable Obas that we have in the Yoruba land today. I saw the Alafia of, Oni of Ife. I was so ashamed. Coming out that
young man.
He came out, let us wait.
And see.
And I tell you, governors respect those people. And for me, for you to understand this, that unity, that thing that they are saying they are doing, they are shopping, until they are able to overcome, right, the voices of those clergies and those monarchs, Tinubu will remain the highest and the most powerful monarch in Nigeria.
Thank you.